If a medical expert has been previously qualified as an expert in another trial, does that mean he needs to get requalified again in your medical malpractice trial? You want to know the answer? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Gerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney, and let me share with you why that's not always going to be the case. You see, many years ago, in order to put a medical expert on the stand, we would need to put the doctor on the witness stand and then qualify him so that now, after we tell the judge and the jury what this medical expert's qualifications were, we would then ask formally, "Judge, I ask that this witness be qualified as a medical expert." And then the defense attorney would rise up and say, "Objection, Judge." He'd ask what the objection was, and the judge, after hearing this witness's qualifications, would likely say, "No, the court accepts this witness as an expert." That was a whole formal procedure just to qualify this medical expert. Courts have done away with that mostly here in New York. They basically said, listen, you're putting on this medical expert, you are telling the jury what his qualifications are. It is the jury to decide whether or not they believe this particular expert. The jury has the absolute right to disregard an expert's testimony, to disregard the weight of their testimony, based upon their credentials and based upon their believability. So most judges today typically will not go ahead and qualify a particular witness as being a medical expert. In your specific case, the judge may have no interest in qualifying a doctor by simply saying, yes, the court recognizes Dr. Jones as a medical expert in the field of surgery. That typically doesn't happen anymore. Instead, the jury will come to their own conclusion about whether or not they believe this particular witness and whether his credentials rise to that level that make this person a particular expert. So why do I share this quick information with you? I share it with you just to give you an insight and an understanding into what really goes on in these medical malpractice cases here in New York. You know, I understand you're watching this video because you have questions or concerns about your own matter. Well, if your matter did happen here in New York and you have not started a lawsuit yet because you still have questions that need to be answered, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your questions. You know, this is something I do every single day and I'd love to chat with you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Gerry, G-E-R-R-Y, at oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Gerry Oginski. Have a wonderful day.